You know, if you know you're not able to tolerate a lot, you know you quick to respond, you ain't really matured yet in that area of your life, baby, H&M might not be for you. H&M was probably the most drama I've seen, witnessed within any job I've ever had. Despite basically dangling a carrot in my face that's saying I'm going to be able to grow there, I appreciated H&M. I love fashion, but I don't love drama. I don't love being underpaid like nobody does. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl T Arian, aka Tweety. Today I'm gonna be telling you guys all about my experience working at H&M. Just a disclaimer, I'm not here to bash H&M. All H&Ms are different. There's more than one location. Also, like, I don't bash any company I work for because at the end of the day, it was an opportunity, a learning lesson, and a blessing. There's so many people who don't even have jobs, so I'm grateful for the opportunity I had working at H&M. All right, let's jump right into the interview, the pay, all the good stuff. The interview, initially I applied online, and honestly, you guys, what made me apply to H&M, I just wanted to kind of get a feel for like what it was gonna be like owning my own store, because I was already selling clothes online, so I was like, let me try to get in the door at a place and learn from somewhere. So I was already working in childcare. I already have my bachelor's, so I really just applied to gain knowledge for what I was passionate about versus what like I had on paper. So I just went to see, because I'm really good with, like, I was always laying out outfits, doing like outfit flat lays on my Instagram and doing for my online boutique. So I wanted to bring that to life inside of a store and try visual merchandising out. So I actually applied online. They didn't have any visual merchandising jobs available at the moment, so I just applied for like full-time position. I don't remember if it was like cashier. I wasn't cashier. I believe it was just like runner, so like running from the fitting room and stuff. I ended up not even doing that job. I just ended up like doing visual merchandising. So I'm gonna get into that. So the pay starting off, I believe it was $12.50. It might have been just $12 flat or $12.25. I just know I was like, again, it was a learning opportunity, and I was selling clothes full time, so I was like making money for my own business. So I wanted to, like I said, gain experience from a company. I really just went there and wanted to gain more like actual professional experience to see what I was really getting myself into. I don't know what book I read. I don't know if it was Rich Dad Poor Dad, but it was like, work for experience. Don't work because you need a paycheck. Work to learn. So that was really what H&M meant for me. I will say, for that $12.25 to 50 cents, whatever it was, the expectations were a lot. If I had initially was just doing the job that I initially signed up for, then I could understand if I was just doing cashier, I was just doing fitting room. But like I said, my goal was to be a visual merchandiser. And at my interview, the group interview that we did have, I made that very clear when they asked, like, they went around the room and they asked everybody, like, how do you see yourself growing here at H&M? That's what I was saying. I was like, I want to be a visual merchandiser. I knew off the bat exactly what I wanted to do. I knew what I came here for. I didn't want to be a cashier. I'm like, I was a cashier in high school. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do that. I want to grow inside of the fashion retail world. So that's what I wanted to do. Realistically, as a visual merchandiser, you're expected to know how to do everything. You're expected to know how to be cashier. You're expected to know how to be a fitting room runner and knowing how to operate the fitting room. You're expected to know how to do multiple jobs, even trucks. I was working off passion. I wasn't working for a check, so I can't speak for everybody, but I will say, like, if you're just going there for your money, you just getting your check and you're going home, just do what you signed up to do. Don't do anything extra. But like I said, I was using it as a learning experience, and I did learn so much, so I can't put a value, I can't put a number on that. I was also still selling clothes while I was working at H&M, so I can't say that it really affected me because I was still doing other little side jobs. As far as the employee discount, I believe it's like 25 to 50% off. I can't remember off the top of my head if it was like 25, 30, or 50. I can't remember, but I do remember we do get like I believe after your first few months you get like a member's card, a H&M employee discount card, and you get like some for your family members too. So your family members also get to use the discount when they came at H&M. So that was pretty cool. I really like that. But as like if you work at H&M, you already know like you get first dibs on everything. A lot of people always be like, oh my gosh, the men that be in H&M, the men. Y'all, I wasn't really working there to like look for a man, so I can't really say, but you know, it was pretty attractive guys coming in the mall all the time, not just in H&M. Also, like the way the mall was set up, it was like an entrance way, so a lot of people walk through H&M to get into other stores. So I saw a lot of attractive men, but I wasn't like shooting my shot or nothing. Also, like I always noticed that H&M attracted a lot of gay men, so I was never really like, oh my gosh, enthusiastic to really like get a man from work. So but I did always have guys approaching me at H&M trying to get my number, but a lot of times when they was trying to talk to you, trying to holler, it was like, oh, can I use your employee discount? My main goal there was to become a visual merchandiser. Unfortunately, at the location I was at, they could not afford another visual merchandiser at the time, and they already had a full team of visual merchandisers. So I was pretty much their shadow, their like an assistant visual merchandiser. So on paper, I was just like a full-time retail associate, but I was doing visual merchandising job. Honestly, like you have to love what you do. It don't matter what job you at. You have to love what you do. And I think that because I loved what I do, I love what I do and I loved what I was doing at the time, I believe that's what kept me in that position to like deal with and tolerate as much as I tolerated. Pay, the nasty coworkers, the dangling a carrot in my face and like leading me on to thinking that I was gonna grow in this position. Um, it was just so much, y'all. Like it was just like it is what you make it. And like I said, I'm not here to bash H&M. It was just like that. It just wasn't for me. So usually I work like 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. I think I started like 7:30 because I wanted to get my daughter to daycare first. I will say like H&M, their culture, it really, they support like the gays, honey, the gays, the LGBT community, but for family people, it's not for us. Like I have my daughter, so like they would be like, oh, if you want to grow as a visual merchandiser, you need to be able to go to this store, that store, that store, this store. And it was just like, okay, well, I'm trying to like use my talents here and still be able to be a mom. I can't be going all over different cities and stuff to be able to, you know, do whatever. But like, for example, like with the gays, I noticed that they were supported way more. Like certain little events that were happening, like Pride, they go all out for them. But like certain things, I didn't feel supported as a straight individual or a family person, family woman, a modern woman. So I just didn't feel supported in that area when it came to working at H&M. But like the culture is fun, vibrant. My coworkers, I was about to say I didn't have any problems with any coworkers, but that would be a lie. Um, but most of the time, like I said, it is what you make it. So I didn't have many problems with any of my coworkers. Like I didn't get into any of the drama. Um, if it was, there was always like you're working with younger, usually it's like people fresh out of high school or people just, you know, this they little job. Like it's like retail. Like if you, everybody's not built for retail. Let's just start there. But the only problems I did have as a visual merchandiser, like y'all, I was trying to learn, I was trying to grow, I was passionate. And the people that I was working under, like there was two guys, they were super super supportive. It was two women, they left though. Like y'all, I was so sad when they left because those were the only two women I felt like really was like actually trying to teach me and trying to help me grow. But the one other woman that was there, she just had a very, very nasty attitude. She was super close with management, so I always felt like it was some type of favoritism going on. Like she got away with so much. But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it just wasn't for me. I don't even blame her for not being able to grow there, because like it's not like H&M is her company. Like she can't promote me, but at the same time, it was just like, you see, I'm trying to learn here. So I feel like her being a work mentor, I know she didn't sign up for that or whatever. Like, you see, I'm helping you the best way I can. I'm not even getting paid to do visual merchandising stuff. Like, I'm doing a great job. Like, and then it's like I'm getting paid not even my worth. I'm doing a great job, and I'm also like, first of all, I'm basically a full-time visual merchandiser on a full-time retail associate pay. And when the like people would come and walk through, like the area visual managers and stuff, they would come and walk through like my department, they would give me my little credit, but mainly it wouldn't be like, oh my, you know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to be recognized. So I feel like I wasn't really recognized. um I wasn't, like I'm saying, I'm doing stuff for free. Like I basically, some days I really feel like, should I even be doing this? And that's really what pushed me to go find another job, like, and just stick with my degree, because I was like, God, if it's not for me, it's not for me. If I've learned what I need to learn to grow in my own business, then cool. Because I really just started feeling like underappreciated. Over the visual team, she was basically the visual manager. She just had a nasty attitude. Like everybody in the store was familiar with her attitude, but when managers came around, it's like she was a totally different person. She was nice, she was professional, but when you by yourself with her, she just like nasty acting. And I didn't really understand it, but I felt like, I don't know, I needed to learn something at that time from that. And now that I'm a high school teacher, I deal with nasty girl attitudes all day. So I'm actually grateful that I did have to go through that, because it really prepared me in a way, like, to deal with it, to be more tolerable and just be like, brush it off. Then I would be so sensitive and react to certain attitudes. So um even when you're not even when you frustrated, it's all a learning lesson. And back to management, like with them ignoring things, I believe a fish rots from the head down. So if the management is nasty, usually it's a chain of command. Like everybody kind of gets nasty at one point. So it's like, I just knew it wasn't a good fit for me, and I knew I was gonna like, this just wasn't the place for me to be. I was like, God, thank you for the lesson. Thank you for the opportunity. I hope, because I was there with almost like a year. I believe I was there almost a year. Literally, I probably like 11 months to be exact. I think I quit like on my year anniversary, and I was tired of waiting. And I know like people will be like, well, you was only there like a year, 11 months. Like you can't expect to get promoted so fast. But y'all, it's retail. Like realistically, I'm doing big girl stuff on my third month. Like I'm basically doing all this stuff months, investing months into all this, and people are leaving, people are quitting, and I still wasn't getting pushed up into the positions that were clearly available. Like it was like they were dangling a carrot in my face. And like I said, they was like, oh, if you can't go to this city and get the training, if you can't go over here to this mall and be over here 6 weeks, like I can't just do that when I have a daughter. Like, and I just feel like they weren't supportive of that. Like, and at the time, I will speak up for the manager that I did have. He did do his best to like work around me being a mom, because he was raised by a single mom. So he was like super understanding, but he had to go by the guidelines. So he really couldn't be as flexible as he wanted to be. So yeah, I just didn't feel like the culture of H&M, like it doesn't support family people. And like I said, I did not engage in any drama. Like y'all, it was always drama at H&M, whether it was with people, co-workers going together, people just assuming, nasty attitudes. It was always something. But usually I just keep my head down, do my job, get my check, go home. Like, I loved what I do, so like seeing everything aesthetically pleasing was beneficial to me. It made me happy, and it was, you know, making the store happy too. So I didn't really keep up with the drama. I didn't really make any friends at H&M.
That nigga talking like a hoe. Tell that bitch nigga speak up. Hard to hear at first. I couldn't understand what you saying.
I had tried, but y'all, my spirit was off about certain people. I do know it is one lady that really touched me, and she's my subscriber today, y'all. Oh my gosh, she was super sweet, God-fearing lady. And just like, she just kept, like, she was always in my ear. She saw what I was going through. She saw how it was operating. She was also a manager there, and she would just be like, you know, keep God first. She would just keep it positive. Like, she saw it, but she always just was like, you know, she stayed out the way too, minding her business, but always being like, I peep game, keep doing you, don't react, certain things like that. So I really, like, she was also like a saving grace for me too there, to not be reacting to negativity. But like, anywhere you go is gonna be something. But H&M was like probably the most, H&M was probably the most drama I've seen, witnessed within any job I've ever had. I didn't tolerate no BS, and like with the negativity with that girl that I was working with, y'all, she was so negative every day. She came in with a negative attitude. Like, she would say good morning, be cordial, but like asking for help, like very unapproachable. Just her attitude was so like nice, nasty, like don't want to help nobody. And it kind of gave bipolar a little bit too, but I was just like, you know, you can't judge nobody, and you don't never know what nobody going through. So I never took it personal, because I'm like, I have my days too where I'm, you know, I'm mean, rude, nasty, but then I gotta self-reflect and be like, okay, I'm not like this every day. So it kind of was like, it rubbed me the wrong way a lot. So like, there was a time, okay, story time. There was a time where I was just like, ugh, like, why are you so like nasty? Like, I'm only human. I can only tolerate so much. So I can't remember the specifics of this story, but I just remember like talking to a coworker and being like, I'm like, I'm scared to approach her. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna expect. And she like popped off and was like, what are y'all talking about? What do you have to say to me? What do you? And I'm like, girl, you need to, like, what is going on with you? You, like, it's like, can't nobody talk to you, da 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 da. Like, it's always something with you, like your attitude weird, can't nobody approach you. You the manager over us, so how I'm gonna ask you for help, and I'm scared to come to you because I don't know if you gonna be weird. Like, I don't even know how to, like, I'm trying to grow here, so I'm asking questions. I'm asking her questions about what to do, because as a visual merchandiser, you have a binder, so you can be creative, and you have to be creative as a visual merchandiser at H&M. I will say that. But you have a binder as far as what they are looking for. They already give you the layout. So as a visual merchandiser, we're trying to find the product to fulfill that vision that H&M has, that they want to be merchandised, that they want to be presenting to the people to sell. So sometimes, most of the time, we don't even have that amount of product, or we might have too much or something, or too less or something, or we don't have the setup that they have. So you have to be creative. And like I said, I was learning, so asking her questions, asking her for guidance, it was hard because she was just so nasty. But minus that, I honestly appreciated it in the end, because she kind of like threw me out there, like, with the sharks, with the wolves, and that's kind of the best way for me to learn. So I feel like that helped me learn faster and get on board with it, and get to, you know, merchandising for myself, learning from my mistakes real quick and things like that. So it was a blessing all in disguise. As far as being a visual merchandiser, it's very fast paced. Like, you have to set up whole departments before the store opens. So say we were working 6 a.m. Everything needs to be set up before a mall open at what, 10? So you got like 3 hours to do a whole department. So, and you have your team, but say somebody call out sick, you still got to get that done. Like, you can call people in and stuff, but you still got to get it done, and you got to get creative with what you got. So being a visual merchandiser, that's why I say you got to be flexible in all areas. You have to be in the fitting room, because you want all your pieces to be on the floor, and when you looking for them, you want to be running racks. And I know people used to hate running racks, but y'all, like, I used to love it, because one, when people be returning stuff, like say they online orders, you kind of got dibs on it. Like if it's your size, or if it's like a piece that you need for a mannequin, like it always benefits. Like, and being a visual merchandising at H&M, it's not like your job is better than somebody else's job, because I always felt like people would be like, oh, you think you don't have to do this or you don't have to do that because you visually merchandising. No, I still want to run racks, because I know where my stuff goes. So I don't want you running racks and you just throwing stuff anywhere like you a customer. Also, or if I'm cashier, yeah, I want to see what people buying. Like, okay, let me move this to the front of my shop, because clearly this is being sold out fast. That way I could go replace that back stock with something else and get this stuff, decluttered. Because, I love organizing. I love the aesthetic pleasing presentation of it all. One thing I could say, like, I was never shy to help. Honestly, my favorite thing to help with was truck. So I remember truck, every morning they get a truckload at 6 a.m. just boxes full of clothes, and we have to hang them up, or if we folding them up, however we're presenting them, and put them on the floor. Y'all, truck was actually my favorite to run, or to help with, because I was able to get, first of all, you get first dibs and see what's coming out the truck of new stuff. So you get first dibs on new arrivals. If you work in there, you got first dibs, and you got your employee discount. And then also you able to see what's coming up next. So say that you're a visual merchandiser, and y'all already got the lookbook for, it's summer right now, so you say the next is what's after summer? Fall. So you already got some fall stuff coming in. You able to go ahead and grab that and put it up. That way when you ready to visually merchandise, and they got your binder and your papers with everything that you need in there, your key, because I believe it was like key pieces. When they give you the binder, the pages, they would give you key pieces that you had to present to, like, in your shop, in your store, so for that trend. So say you ain't had that because truck ran it out and all the customers bought it up, you were gonna basically be docked for it. Your visual team was gonna be docked for it, because they would come and, like, the visual area managers would come walk through the store and be like, oh, this don't look right, this don't look right. They were just so nitpicky. Even if everything was perfect, y'all, people gonna still find something. Just find something. Like, literally the mannequin could be everything on point. We got everything in stock. The mannequin got everything on that was in the binder, that the mannequin in the binder had on. They still gonna be like, oh, this is dusty, we can't sell this. Like, girl, these people up here in the mall leaving a Starbucks cup on the bottom of the mannequin, please. Otherwise, it was a lot of positives, it was a lot of negatives, but I can say overall I enjoyed working at H&M, despite the drama, despite the favoritism, despite the weird management, despite the negative Nancy, despite basically dangling a carrot in my face that's saying I'm going to be able to grow there. I appreciated H&M. I believe in using jobs as a learning lesson, not a paycheck. So I can honestly say I learned a lot in a year. And again, retail is not for everybody. H&M is not like that everywhere, but I can say I've noticed that their culture at H&M, they support a lot of gays, but they don't really support family. So if you're a family person, I don't really feel like it's, if that's something that you really prioritize, it might not be good for you. But at the same time, it could be, because I mean, I was working there and I was still able to, just depends on the management. Like, everywhere you go is going to be different. And like I said, at first, the first manager that was there, like, they kept going through managers. We didn't even have a manager for a period of time. Like, the first one, he was understanding, he had kids and stuff, but like, his wife was able to manage his kids, so he didn't really have to, he didn't have that understanding. And then the second guy, he didn't have any kids, but he was raised by a single mom, so he was trying to work with me. But also, like, the corporate people above him weren't I don't know what they are on. So I can only say, like, I don't believe that I was supported as a family woman or a single mom there, but I was supported by my managers and they did the best they could to work around that. But it ain't for everybody. You're going to either use it as a learning lesson or you're going to let it make you or break you. I have my degree. I have a bachelor's in psychology. I didn't see myself really working at H&M long term. I really just wanted to learn what I could, because I am still a fashion lover. I still love fashion. I still love putting outfits together. Y'all can expect to see more videos of that on my YouTube, but I'm not going to put myself in a box or be undervalued because, oh my gosh, I want to work at a brand store, a popular store. Like, no, that's not what's gonna happen. I'm able to still be creative as an individual. I'm still was able to apply what I've learned from H&M into even honestly teaching in my YouTube channel. So, and I'm still able to apply it to my business, my future business endeavors, because I still want to work with clothes. I still love fashion. I love fashion, but I don't love drama. I don't love being underpaid like nobody does. And I definitely don't like being led on. So that was just my only problems with H&M. Otherwise, like, the management, everywhere you go is different. Every H&M is different. I've been at H&M's where the whole setup was different. I've had managers come to the H&M that I was located at, and they were like whole different people than from our managers. So, you know, I believe God puts us in certain places for certain seasons to learn certain lessons, and I definitely learned mine. And if you about to work at H&M, or if you already working there, keep doing your big one. Don't let negativity, anywhere you go is gonna be something. You're never gonna escape that reality of having to deal with people attitudes. It's just, it come with the territory. All you can do is do you, show up and do the best you can, get your check, go home. Honestly, do work that you love. It's not gonna feel like work if it's something that you're passionate about. It's not gonna feel like, oh my gosh, I gotta deal with this girl again. If that's something that you like to do, you're gonna be able to brush that off because you like putting clothes together. You like outfitting and laying out and merchandising. You like helping. You like running racks. You like doing that. So do what you like to do. Use it as an opportunity to learn from the place that you at. With any job, say you just needed a job. I don't care if it's McDonald's, like, and people be bashing McDonald's, but I don't care if you working there. Use what you learn and apply it to any future endeavor. Don't look at it as a job. Look at it as, how is this building me up? Even if it's just people skills, people management, tolerating your attitude. Sometimes we have to deal with certain people just to have a mirror in our face to see, maybe this is how I was treating somebody. Or now, as I grow in my career, as I apply these skills in my new positions, I know how to carry myself and conduct, because I've dealt with certain attitudes before. And you honestly, you know how to work with different people. So take every opportunity as a learning lesson. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more girl talks, more talks with Tweet. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you guys on the next video.